Hello everyone, I would like to present about student discipline and well-being. Student discipline and well-being are major challenges for school administrators in Malaysia. In recent years, cases of bullying, misbehavior, and other disciplinary problems have increased, directly affecting students' psychological and emotional well-being. According to the Ministry of Education Malaysia, 7,681 bullying cases were reported in 2024, compared to 6,528 cases in 2023, with most incidents occurring in secondary schools. This trend shows that managing teenage behavior is becoming more complex and requires careful attention from schools' leaders. Student discipline is closely linked to students' emotional and social development. Bullying and misconduct can negatively impact mental health and academic performance. Schools are expected not only to provide education but also to be a safe environment that supports students' holistic growth. The Malaysian education system emphasizes the concept of safe school, focusing on physical, emotional, and social well-being. However, the continued occurrence of disciplinary issues shows that effective management strategies are still essential to promote a positive school climate. From a management perspective, maintaining student discipline requires strong leadership and effective school management. Educational leadership theories such as transformational and instructional leadership stress the importance of creating a positive school culture, setting clear behavioral expectations, and also fostering good relationships between students and teachers. School administrators also need to collaborate with teachers, parents, and the other agencies to handle disciplinary issues effectively. Without proper leadership, student misbehavior can disrupt learning, making discipline one of the key challenges for educational administrators in Malaysia.
Students' disciplines and well-being are complex, multi-layered issues. In many schools, the limited and uneven application of core management and leadership theories weakens consistency, obscures root causes, and dilutes positive school climate. This presentation used to management theory, scientific management and system theory, and to leadership theories, transformational leadership, and distributed leadership to show how weak implementation reduces the overall effectiveness of disciplines and how a clear, shared approach can improve outcomes. First, scientific management theory argues that standardized routines and clear, step-by-step procedure promote fairness and efficiency. In many school settings, however, procedures vary by the adult handling the case. Some incidents are documented thoroughly, while others receive only a verbal reminder, and daily routines are not always clarified in ways that guard consistent practice. The same offense can therefore lead to different consequences depending on who is involved. This variability breeds perceptions of unfairness among students, increases uncertainty and stress among teachers, and turns the disciplines process into a confusing system that is difficult to trust or sustain over time. Second, system theory views the school as an interconnected ecosystem in which home, online, and classroom contexts influence one another. Yet, disciplines is often treated as a series of isolated incidents rather than patterns with causes that spawn environment. A common example is cyberbullying that occurs outside school hours. Its emotional fallout, distraction, withdrawal, or aggression emerge in class, but responses sometimes target only the visible behavior, while overlooking the driver at homes or online. When intervention remains surface level, root causes go unaddressed. Misbehavior repeats and support is misaligned with students' real needs. Together, with use of scientific management and system theory produce inconsistency on the one hand and superficiality on the other. Third, transformational leadership focuses on inspiring people through a clear vision, strong value, and regular recognition. In many schools, the absence of a visible shared vision for disciplines and well-being, reinforced through assemblies, classroom language, and recognition system, limits intrinsic motivation. Positive behavior may be acknowledged sporadically, while expectations are framed mainly as rules and penalty. Students then comply primarily out of fear of consequences, rather than commitment to community values, and the climate remains compliant but not genuinely caring or harmonious. Fourth, distributed leadership holds that disciplines and well-being improve when responsibilities are shared among teachers, counselors, and student leaders with defined roles in prevention, early intervention, and follow-up. Where tasks concentrate in the hands of a few individuals, often the disciplines lead, responses slow, burnout rises, and teamwork diminish. Counselors may be engaged only when cases become serious, and students leaders may not be trained to model expectation, mediate low-level conflicts, or support peer culture. As highlighted by Ten and Musa, the use of distributed leadership reduces collaboration and makes school less effective at supporting students' well-being and hiding of problems before they escalate. Across contexts, discipline systems underperform when procedures are unclear, cases are examined narrowly, vision is mute, and responsibility is concentrated. Strengthening practice means standardizing and documenting steps, reading behavior through a whole ecosystem lens, broadcasting and celebrating a value-based visions, and sharing ownership through trained teams and students' leadership. Together, these moves make disciplines fair, proactive, and intrinsically motivate, and make well-being a daily, collective responsibility.
Okay, so as my part is discussion of the impact of school administrators. A positive learning environment is essential for student discipline and well-being. Well-behaved students help create a more organized and effective school. Students need to feel safe, supported, and guided. However, discipline issues and well-being concerns will still occur. These challenges increase pressure and responsibilities for school administrators. So I will discuss three impact, which is a mental problem, this increasing workload, and school environment. So first thing first, it's about school mental problems, which is some students may face stress, mental health problem, family difficulties. Support system such as teacher, counselors, and parents need to work together because the goal is ensure the school becomes a safe and supportive environment for all students. Secondly, it is increasing workload. Disciplinary issues such as bullying, fighting, and rule violations need attention. Administrators need to investigate incidents, meet with teachers and parents, decide on appropriate actions. Okay, for the lastly, it is school environment, which is weak discipline leads to unsafe environment for students and teachers. This could affect school reputation and parental trust. It is to balance discipline management with supporting students' emotional and mental well-being. Okay, that's all from me.
Next, I will explain some practical and realistic solutions that can help improve student discipline and behavior in schools. First, schools can implement anti-bullying programs and structured behavior management strategies. Bullying is a common issue in schools and it can affect students' mental health, academic performance, and overall well-being. So, schools can organize awareness campaigns, talks, and workshops to educate students about the importance of respect, empathy, and responsible behavior. Besides that, peer support programs can also be introduced, where students help to identify and prevent bullying cases. These efforts are important to create a safe and positive learning environment. Second, strengthening character and values education is also very important. Schools should focus on teaching good values such as responsibility, honesty, respect, and empathy. This can be done not only through classroom lessons, but also through activities like leadership programs, camps, and community service. When students understand and practice these values, they are more likely to control their behavior and avoid discipline problems. Lastly, collaboration between schools and parents should be strengthened. Parents play a very important role in shaping students' attitudes and behavior. Schools can improve communication with parents through regular meetings, workshops, and counseling sessions. When parents support school rules and work together with teachers, students are more likely to behave and responsibly and follow discipline guidelines.
Malaysian schools need to focus urgently to student discipline and well-being. As social factor, academic pressure, and technology all affect student behavior. Transformational leadership helps build a positive school culture. Encourage teachers and students to work together, reduce discipline issues. Interactional leadership ensures teachers have the skills they need to teach effectively and manage classroom effectively. School can also implement support strategies such as counseling service, anti-bullying program, and training teachers to improve student well-being and discipline. Overall, student well-being and discipline not only academic perform but also build a strong moral and social foundation, which is vital for the long-term success for Malaysian education system. Thank you.